Today, we'd like to talk about tattoo regret. Most people just assume that people regret tattoos because the tattoos look bad. But that's not actually the main reason. I've seen good tattoos get regretted, and I've seen bad ones get so much love. And over my 9 years, or it's probably 10 now, years of tattooing, here's my breakdown of why I think people regret their tattoos. The very first one would be the rush. The biggest mistake that people make is rushing. People treat tattoos like their impulse decisions. It's like buying clothes. You walk in, pick something quickly, and go for it. But then there's a problem with that approach because tattoos are permanent, but the decision is emotional and temporary. I've seen people come in after a breakup or after a big life moment and they're 100% sure about something. And then 6 months later, they're in a completely different mindset. It happens a lot. And yeah, it can definitely lead to tattoo regret. Another thing is, I think I kind of mentioned it, but I think it's worth mentioning separately. It's like emotional tattoos. A lot of people come in for emotional tattoos, not necessarily bad tattoos. So it could be very good, but then it's based on some sort of emotion. Names, dates, symbols that are tied to a specific moment. The issue is that life moves on and the tattoo remains the same. You're not the same person in 2 years like what you are today. So there's that to think about. And then I also think there's the trend trap where people see something interesting or something cool on Instagram or Pinterest and they think it looks amazing. I want that. But the problem with trends is that they don't age well. What is popular now becomes outdated faster than people expect. I'm sorry, my English is not Englishing, but yeah, that's the thing. What's popular today might become outdated really fast. And your personality, opinions, those also change over time. People don't realize how sometimes it might happen that people don't realize that they're actually following a trend and genuinely think that the tattoos ideas that they have are their idea. But then it's just that they've seen it 20 times somewhere else. Well, here's another big one. We have placement and placement mistakes. This one is a very underrated issue that creates a lot of regret. And some people who regret the placement don't even fully understand why the tattoo doesn't look well because it was simply placed in the wrong spot. Hands, the neck, fingers, and other super visible areas. These are like locations where people don't think about how that affects how other people perceive you or job opportunities or how they might actually feel about having the tattoo in that area later. Sometimes you might just find that a tattoo doesn't flow particularly well with the body on the placement that it might be, and this would also cause in my opinion some serious regrets. Another issue that creates tattoo regret in my opinion is I'm keep on saying my opinion. I don't know why, but anyway, choosing the wrong artist can also lead to serious regret. Sometimes people go cheap or they don't do enough research about the artist that they want to do a certain or specific piece. Because when I'm talking about choosing the right artist, you might go to someone who's really good, but then he's like a traditional artist. So he does like some really beautiful, solid, heavy line work and some nice, smooth pepper shading, and it's amazing. And then you go to that person for a fine line tattoo or like some black and gray realism. And then you don't end up getting the kind of result that you're looking for. And sometimes you might just end up with some, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. And then there's another point that I think is also fairly just as important as all the other points is the expectation versus reality. Another thing people don't talk about is the expectations. People come in with a perfect image from the internet, perfect lighting, perfect editing. It's perfect in every way. But the skin is not a piece of paper, and tattoos don't look like digital art. So when reality doesn't meet the expectation, people feel disappointed, even if the tattoo is actually good. I see it a lot when people try to get white tattoos that they see on social media, and white tattoos simply don't heal like the pictures that you see on social media, and it's always difficult to try and explain why something is not going to work out the way that a client might be wanting it to be. And that's my take. Another point is definitely that you can outgrow your tattoos. This might be the biggest long-term source of regret, because it's not that the tattoo is bad, but then people change. What you like when you're 18, for example, might not represent you at 25 or 30. So typically, what I usually say is that you need to sit long enough with the tattoo idea before you actually commit to it. As a simple rule, um, I always tell people, if you like a design, you want to sit with it, give it a few weeks or even a few months. And if you still want it, then it probably means something to you in a more significant way. It's probably not foolproof advice, but it's advice anyway. The truth is, tattoo regret isn't random. It usually comes from rushed decisions, trends, or emotions. A good tattoo isn't just about the design, it's about timing, meaning, and choosing the right artist. If you wouldn't choose it in 5 years, then don't let a 20-minute decision make it permanent. I probably shouldn't say this out loud because that's how I eat. But, I think it's also important to share like the insights that you get from working inside of a tattoo shop and dealing with people on a daily basis in this space. So I hope someone has found some value in this video, and I think I'm going to try and keep making videos similar to this as time goes. And